I know you're all waiting for your tea and coffee, but can I have some energy? Yes. It's still very low. So I think so I'm going to have to take you to a trip. So delighted to be back with you to unbox the future workplace, back to future, propelling the organizational readiness, and grab the moment. Are you ready to grab the moment with me? Yes. I hear the side completely ready. What's happening on the other side? Are we ready? Chalo, let's clap. I'm not going to put you to sleep, but for the next few seconds, can each one of you close your eyes and imagine something that I'm going to take you through. So ready to close your eyes? The year 2034, 10 years from now. Mumbai's iconic skyline, standing as a witness to wonderful city's evolution. The tall glass towers across, radiant with the sun's beams. I'm sure you can see them glistening and gleaming all across. In one of those natural wonders made by man is a wonderful iconic tower in which you are seated in that entire hustling and bustling of energy and innovation in that co-working space. Enjoying the moment of tranquility with your masala chai or your black coffee. You can imagine whichever one we want. And all of a sudden, there's a lovely dynamic screen that comes and pops in front of you, takes you through the day's proceedings, tells you in a few minutes you have a management meeting coming, takes you through the agenda, gives you the summary of all the presentations that are going to happen, tells you about the questions that you're supposed to ask, and you're fully equipped. Not just you. Come on, let's go to the boardroom. You get in, you put your virtual reality headset, and there, you're in the virtual realm of the boardroom. Joining across you is our colleagues, your esteemed colleagues from New York, London, and Tokyo. The moment the meeting begins, they are there, life-size holograms, as palpable as if they're actually sitting around in that room. My dear friends, open your eyes. This is going to be what your future workplace is actually going to be. Did you experience it? Could you see the dynamic screen? Did you see your colleagues across in the life-size holograms? I did. I definitely did, because reality is here with us to stay. Let's rewind back. Let's rewind to 2014. Many of you would be in early years of your career. Some of us were midway in our career. Definitely technology was picking up. We were trying to gather the pace and momentum of what's going to happen. How are we going to prepare the organizations? And then 30 years before that, kids, some of us were kids. Maybe the others were not even born by that time, I would say. We used to rush to see the serial called Star Trek. Teletransported. Wow, even I want to be teletransported one day, and whoosh, there you go. This all seemed like fiction, and today in 2024, this fiction is actually becoming a part and parcel of your reality. Do you agree with me? It's not too far away. It is right here in front of us. And when this is all happening, do you know that why am I saying the future is here now to stay? Take December 2018. Dr. Tejas Shah and his team of surgeons made history. They performed the first in-man telerobotic coronary intervention, sitting 32 kilometers away from the primary place of operation. Wow, that really meant something. April 2022, Dr. Priya Singh and a team unveiled the first world's quantum computer, capable of really performing complex problems in a matter of exponential time. Vistas of possibilities really opened up. Come September 2023, what happened? Neuralink Pro came to the world, was really, really unveiled. Mind and machine, lines were blurred between both of them. And you had the brain and the machine controlling the thoughts controlling the machine. Amazing. That's what we are into, the technological advancement with changing human dynamics, really, really influencing the entire workplace. And yet when all these technological things are happening, from morning I've been listening to a lot of my colleagues talking about the human dynamics. And I'm extremely glad that we're talking about the evolving human dynamics because it is we humans who have been leading this change. We have been making this happen. From quills to writing, invention of a typewriter, computers, and beyond. Who did it? Humans? So we've been really thinking about it, we are making it happen, and we are leading it. So are we all set to ensure that as these changing workplaces happen, we are equally equipped as a readiness as humans, as individuals, as organizations to deal with it? It took 77 years, my friends, from the first typewriter to get converted into a thought of a computer and really be available to all of us. Since then, the pace of evolution has only accelerated from decades to years, years to months, months to days, and now it's real-time adaptations. Our human brain hasn't changed in the similar manner for the last 10,000 years. We've been sapiens for the last 10,000 years, and we'll still remain that. So that is the kind of imagination with which we are required to keep on adapting to these real-time changes that are happening. All these changes are creating a pressure on how jobs are being performed. We're talking about performance management, talent management, culture management. Each of these areas are getting influenced with the way we are performing our roles, professionally and personally. Now, when we are performing our roles professionally, one of the recent reports of the World Economic Forum talks about the job restructuring, vanishing of jobs, and how this entire market is actually changing. They talk about 673 million jobs that were studied, in which 69 million jobs are getting completely restructured and new jobs emerging, whereas another 83 million jobs declining, diminishing, vanishing. What does that leave us with? We have to start thinking, what are going to be the new jobs that are emerging, and are we preparing ourselves for these kind of jobs? Are we able to even envision these jobs sitting here in this room? And to add to those things is a full new generation that is knocking at the door. I'm not sure many of you know, but I've written a blog on the Gen Alpha. The Gen Alpha is just round the corner. Those born between 2010 to 2024-25, in another 10 years in 2034, and time is going to just fly off, are going to be a part and parcel of very much this room. And one of the researchers shows 65% of the Gen Alpha will not even be holding any of the roles that any one of us are doing. They don't even exist. These roles don't even exist when they'll join us. And that is the pressure with which the technological convergence and the human dynamics are really going to create a pressure on us on the future. My friends, the future is not distant, as I said. The future is here and now. I did have one of my co-speakers put a lovely slide. The future is now. And yes, we all are experiencing it day in and day out. What does that really mean to all of us? It means, thanks to my colleague Jonathan Lowe, who showed that we need to have a growth mindset. It talks about a learning mindset. We need to be extremely agile to continuously learn. Culture and talent that we have discussed as topics right from the morning are at an intensified attention for all of us. And if you're talking about culture and attention, that would really require us to nurture a culture, which I talk about 3 I's. And why these 3 I's? because the competitive advantage is not going to solely come from the technological innovation or the new products or services that you're launching. It's going to come majorly from how the organizations are adapt to really adapting and absolutely evolving and deal with this entire change to confront and conquer disruptions. The question to all of us in this room is, do we have the foresight and the adaptability to be able to deal with this change? Are we able to foresee it together? Yes. I see a few yes. Some of us are in dilemmas, and some of us are thinking, what does this really mean? Take my word, what we spoke from the morning of having a learning and a growth mindset, we will have to be ahead of the curve. And for that, friends, the 3 I's as I call, and in a lot of work that I'm doing with organizations, I do spend a lot of time on these 3 I's. The first one, imagination. You'll have to imagine with the second I, innovation, along with the third I, and that's integration. Organizations who are able to really deal with the culture of these 3 I's are going to have that competitive advantage compared and grab the moment compared to the competitors. What do these 3 I's really mean in terms of implementation? Good to listen as an advice, but do they really stand ground? The first I, as I spoke about imagination. Imagination is about ideas, your ability to comprehend all these complex problems. A lot of processing will maybe be done by AI. It will throw us a lot of analysis. It will give us a lot of insights. But how would we imagine the overall purpose? How would we connect the dots and think beyond the unthinkable? It's something that really can't be comprehended at one go. It requires practice. Ideas require practice. By the time we are born with 98% creativity, by the time we are adult, we just have 2% of creativity remaining with us. And just imagine, now we would be required to use 98% creativity, leaving the remaining algorithmic work to the machines. They are there to help us and assist us. So imagination will become an extremely important part of the cultural nuances that we are driving. The second I, innovation. I do hear at times companies have an innovation department or an R&D department. By the way, R&D is a process, innovation is a mindset. So innovation is going to be that kind of a mindset that is actually going to take the process of converting these imaginative ideas to tangible realities. And how do you, in your organization, really convert these ideas into reality through the process of innovation, experimentation, reiteration, continuously fast failing, super fast learning, challenging the status quo, looking at everything in terms of a pursuit of excellence. So innovation is going to be a mindset change in the way you will drive the organization. It won't be a department of innovation, but every individual in the organization will have to continually challenge themselves in the way they are doing their work and delivering to the organization and to themselves. The third I, integration. And believe it, the integration is the biggest struggle that I see today in many organizations. I'm working with several organizations where I see functionally very strong, working in silos. Going forward, this is completely going to change into breaking the silos, removing hierarchies, working towards a common shared purpose, and integration is that kind of an I that's going to bring harmonious synchronization to the disparate elements in an organization. It is extremely important that you move away from all these vertical structures into self-managed, objective-driven teams. Younger teams are also going to require, they don't have that patience to wait for years to be in leading projects. They want it now. But how would you do it? So talent is going to move from being vertical growth to completely extraordinary talent who can program manage cross-discipline programs, understand cross-discipline while specializing in few. So the more you're able to understand the business and cross-functional areas and bring in stakeholders, bring in communication, that's what the integration is all going to be about. So imagination, innovation, and integration. 3 I's that are going to be very, very crucial to create that kind of a culture for your organizational readiness. They are your fuel along with your growth mindset and your learning ability, the way you're going to make learning as a way of life. In my space of neurosciences that I do, the entire shift is from shift left to a shift right of the brain. Imagination, innovation, integration, everything is moving towards your right top of the brain, right bottom of the brain. Everything, it's a more of a heuristic thinking. And that is what the cultural change and learning change that we need to bring about to prepare our organizations for the future. Interestingly, we have over here all my HR friends and colleagues. We are poised, and I'm sure you all will agree, as cultural custodians, or rather cultural doctors, we are poised here to lead this change, to work with our organizations to prepare them with a lot of courage, determination, dedication, with the 4th I, the influence that is required. And that is where the HR competencies, as Nina Woodward shared with us, understand your business, understand the changes, and lead the way towards change through imagination, innovation, and integration. Thank you, my dear friends. This is the formula for propelling your organizations. Thank you so much.